Rocks of impeccable taste. That can only mean that we are here in UnRimworld Generations for another day of disaster. Literally and figuratively, of course. We began growing the colony at a pretty breakneck pace, I will admit, over the past couple of episodes. They've had more kids than I could possibly house. We've got a friendly little cat fella that we're basically waiting to recruit at this point. And then a dwarf child stuck with paralytic abasia that fell from space. I mean, if anybody is going to be magical, I feel like they're a pretty good candidate. Now, my goal for today is pretty simple, actually. We've had some, I think, series-defining moments already. I want to try and reform the ideology not only when we go from one time period to another, so from tribal to medieval. I also want to do it when I think there's a really good justification for doing it, when something has become a key aspect of the colony. Oh, and of course, before we continue, 1 second. Someone in the comments yesterday did ask if I could rotate the research bots so they could face one another, because Ungus and Chuck, actually rare couple in Rimworld that have that solid plus 100 mood. Not only that, they have totally positive opinion of one another. No negatives at all. Oh, and I see that also explains one or two things. Another one of those mythical people falling from the sky, an addiction counselor named Sammy. Not affiliated with any faction, but you are a new xenotype. Animbusin. Hello. Cold-thriving xenotype with much better and less aggressive disposition than its akin and powerful psychic abilities. Ah, there are actually no psychic abilities, because of course I've taken out all of the base game Rim stuff, but that is just a fox person. Get them rescued. Yeah, I think baby Gert would have definitely seen them falling from the sky. Have you got any animal handling skill? No? Well, one day maybe. What is that you believe in? Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear. Maybe we'll do something about that. I feel like Ungus would be quite offended if somebody came into their colony and started trying to convert them over. Maybe they'd be susceptible to it, but the only meme is violent conversion. I don't think Bungus is a violent man. And now the other thing, I think I've read some pretty convincing arguments against it at this point. I don't want to start going into, even though semi-random research keeps offering up to me on a silver platter, I don't want to start going into the kind of Edo era stuff. I don't want to go for all the Japanese stuff and the katanas and things like that. The pointy spear that they gave us was a very kind gift, and we probably think highly of the Eastbourne Empire. I don't think Ungus has got a big enough brain width yet to start thinking about emulating that. I think at the bare minimum, we want to get up to the medieval era by ourselves, and then afterwards, maybe the world can have some influence on what we do. Very nice. Thank you, Ungus. Of course, we started herbalism yesterday because everybody was a little bit unwell. So maybe we could start, and in fact, this might be a good way or a good excuse to start doing a bit more with the ideology. We establish someone as a tribe doctor. Honestly, this kind of makes some sense that maybe they'd start organizing a little bit, you know, because the kids are old enough to work. That's actually one of the few things that we've got set up in the ideology. Child labor is encouraged because we're just collectivist. So maybe now Ungus wants to help organize a few things here and there. Oh my god, Boozax. Boozax, you haven't done anything. You've been led on the floor since you got here. Dumdill Boozax has reached the biological age of 10. A passion for plants. Aren't you a dwarf? You've got intellectual plants or melee. Ooh, gosh. Choose a trait for him to gain. Slob, rooted, is part tree, but it also takes more to bring him down, but more to get him moving. Oh, he would never. Sturdy frame. That makes more sense. I like that one a lot. And maybe we'll go melee. I just feel like plants or intellectual don't really suit him. Now that we've got herbalism, I think it makes perfect sense to set Chuck up as the tribe doctor. The Rocks is here! Oh my god, it's like it's sentient. Thank you, Chuck. She's vowed that no one's ever going to get sick again. I quite like that. I think that makes perfect sense. We're going to have to slap down, I presume, some sort of herbalism bench? We'll figure that out in a minute. I will just stick with making the mud bricks for now. There's so much left to build. And then maybe later on we'll upgrade to clay bricks. It might be a little too granular. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like slowly upgrading from mud to clay might be a bit too much. What? What the hell just happened there? Colonist needs rescue. Sammy's been bitten to death. What the hell just happened? You stood up and immediately attacked Chuck? What on earth just happened there? It's also parasitic infection. I don't think I understand what the hell just happened. Bite in the torso caused Sammy to die. You had a parasitic worm inside you? And now it's in Chuck? No! What are you talking about? Oh my god, what a plot twist. I mean, that's horrible. That's absolutely terrible. But holy shit. Maybe this is a lesson in kindness for Ungus and his family. You can't just take in everybody. Holy crap. Okay, so what do I do about that then, huh? Thank God I just made it the doctor. Sadly, though, it's going to be Ungus's turn to sort this out. Parasitic infection gives 50% blood pumping, minus 50% moving, so she's probably not going to be able to tend herself anyway. and then 1,000 times hunger rate. Holy shit. That probably explains why we were constantly feeding you. I wonder if that was hidden. I swear I'd have noticed that. Well, it doesn't matter too much. Can we get rid of that, though? Remove parasitic implantation to medicine. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's the right thing. I think that's from a totally separate mod, but we're going to give it a go. Good luck, Ungus. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Did it work? Remove Chuck's parasitic implantation. Oh, my God. No, it's not the same thing. I thought it wasn't the same thing. What do we do now? What do we do now? Because that's in a torso. Like, what can we do? Look at that. There's the worm right there. You shitbag. You actual shitbag. An extraterrestrial parasite. The space worm has been given its nickname by colonists across Rimworld for the way it slithers towards its prey. Once it's infected its prey, the prey will undergo a series of symptoms from nausea to unconsciousness. After 24 hours, infant space worms will hatch from the host, killing them in the process. I don't know what to do. That's very cool. Don't get me wrong. Amazing story element. But I don't think we can do anything about it. We're just simple tribespeople. If your colony has researched the level 4 technology of xenobiology, they'll be able to see the parasitic infection on the survivor. So it was hidden. Oh, God. Oh, Ungus, this is a life lesson right here, my friend. Has he pieced it together yet? I mean, Gur and Boozax were there to witness it. Boozax has paralytic evasion, but it's still conscious, right? So they saw worms erupting from that person. They've bitten Chuck. I'm sorry to say, I think this is just a countdown to Chuck's death. We're just simple tribespeople. There's nothing to try and remove it. And to be honest, they're tribespeople. They also wouldn't be aware that they've been bitten by a horribly infectious space worm. Just totally ignorant. He probably just thinks she's very, very ill. I'm sorry to say, but I think any moment now, she's about to die, because that was 1 p.m. yesterday. Look, shall I wake Gert up and get them out of there? Gert clearly wouldn't know anything was wrong, but I like the idea of being this omnipotent force that maybe just Gert feels like something strange is about to happen, and they're not entirely sure why. Disaster, you just don't want to go in there, and you're not sure why. You just can't figure it out. I'm pretty sure it says 24 hours. I'm paranoid now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the anesthetic? Oh, I'm sure the pain will end soon. I'm sure you'll be fine in no time. Oh, God, it's so horrible. Ooh! They just erupted. Space worm. Chuck's still fine? They ripped through her torso, but they didn't kill her. She's just bleeding to death. We might still be okay. Oh, whoa. Hold on. What do we do here? They're not attacking Boozax, and I wonder why. Oh, maybe now they're attacking Boozax. No, they're not bothered at all. What do we do? What do we do right now? Because if we open that... clearly, Ungus and Disaster and Gert are going to hear the screaming. They're going to have heard Chuck. They're going to rush in. And what are they going to find inside? Some sort of horrifying monster. Ah, shit. We've got no sort of range weapon, have we? What if Ungus just gets bitten? We're going to be back to square one. What if we get on the rocks? Because, I mean, look, clearly you would hear them, right? From standing outside, they are loud, they're screaming. Chuck's not dead. She's got a massive hole in her torso, but she might still be able to scream. So I wonder if we put Ungus on the rocks and we tell the kids to stand back. He would definitely do that, and I think he would very slowly investigate. Okay, crack open a cold one with the boys. Be careful. Get back. I mean, he would have seen them. He would have immediately seen them, but he would not let his kids be in danger. He would say, Ungus, stand back. Oh, I hate this. They got disaster. Oh my God, so all they have to do is just hit you once, and that's it. But we've seen it now. Ungus has seen it with his own eyes. He knows how this happens, and he knows what happens. Oh, shit. Attend to a fast, and then go and tend to Chuck? We know that this is what happens. So now, maybe this is how they invent the concept of a quarantine. Because he was feeding Chuck all of our food, and we were going to starve to death. Wow, that's monstrous. A life lesson right here. Don't help people. Never help anyone. Now Ungus know that worm bite you, then new worm bite someone else. Now we know not get bit by worm. Whoa, Disaster can walk? Oh, because it spread the damage over her torso and her leg this time, whereas I think Chuck had it all in her left leg, and then obviously the torso exploding probably didn't really help things. I think we put you in a quarantine. And, to be fair, Disaster is helping deliver the stuff there. So, I mean, I think she would also probably be on board with this idea. They're kind and nice people, and they've always been kind to everyone they've met. They wouldn't suddenly be like, nah, I'm not sleeping out there. You're gonna get bitten by the worms too. That's not what they're about. Chuck, you're back. Oh, Chuck, my friend. I genuinely thought that was the end of her. I was gonna be so sad because they are such a happy family. Rare Rimworld W, where everybody's fine and they don't hate one another. Just honest, hard-working people out here living their lives, and then what happens? We help someone get bitten by a bloody space parasite. Ridiculous. I set better as top priority for Disaster, and I guess she'll just sleep in there now, right? Oh god, it's so warm though. She's gonna melt. And now that she's our tribal doctor, in theory, boom. It's very nice. Thank you. Converted to Think Strong. Maybe Ignat realizes, you know what? They're simple people, but they are a happy people. And maybe you'd like to join us, my friend. I really, really hope you would, because I need anybody else capable of medical skill at this point. And now we sit here and wait. Tribal water crafting for an advanced passive cooler? Might be a bad idea. They are in a heat wave right now, and I like the idea that that would drive them to try and think about better ways to keep things cool. Leather tanning? That seems a bit advanced. Crop rotation, fish nets. All of these are pretty good. Crafting facilities. That's better, though. Fungus has felt the rush of crafting things on a brick surface. Fungus examines the secrets of the log. Wow, you're examining the secrets of everything, huh? Just trying to figure out how to craft anything at all. And then Chuck helps out and basically finishes stuff instantly. She's the power. She's the real power behind the throne here. Bushido Code. No. It's too early. Now, ranged weapons might have... Oh, dear. Might have refractor scatterguns and all of this stuff, but... we can't craft that. We can't craft that because we need a bunch of other stuff too. How are we going to get... We need like a machining table. We need steel ingots, blah, 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 blah. Might allot the research, but obviously we can't craft scatterguns, okay? So just get that idea out of your head. Basic crop rotation. So the longer we leave particular crops growing, so like these berries, eventually their growing rate is going to go down to 0. That one I think makes the most sense, so let's go for it. Chuck, you should be an expert in this, my friend. Ooh, it burst. Wait, it burst and you killed it? What happened there? Bruise human fist. Disaster smashed the space worm. Oh my god, Disaster, you may have saved us all. Or is that a different worm? Oh, I see what happened. The worm hatched out of her and immediately turned around and bit her, so she's got the same infection again. Oh, well, that's a bit silly, but I mean, what else can I do? We've also got a Shrat, an ancient Shrat, the guardians of this biome. Basically, when you chop down a tree, there's a chance one of those will spawn. They're horrifying and enormous. But I think the rocks have probably got it covered. Now, the downside is, though, we do have to deal with 6 man-hunting rocks, and we would never harm a rocks. We must never harm roxes. We're just gonna have to wait for them to calm down. How would they even interpret this? Suddenly, there's a bunch of angry rocks at the door after they killed this man-hunting turtle. Please, I need to tend Disaster. Please, just fall asleep. We could just put a hole in the wall. I think I'm gonna have to do that, aren't I? Go take that apart. Go pick her up fast. Oh, you rocks, please just go to sleep. We would never harm a fellow rocks. That wasn't me. I didn't harm that one. Bruise rock's leg. Oh, the all-knowing rocks defended us. Oh, that's amazing. Why are they not sleeping? What is going on? Oh my god, they're so angry. Then we got to worry about bloody space worms as well. What is happening? What is happening? The all-knowing rocks. Oh my god, he is throwing hands and he is doing a great job. All-knowing rocks. You killed one of them. Holy shit. Wow, we got an alpha rocks all along. Great relations with the rocks people we have. If you kill the all-knowing rocks, I will cry forever. I will cry forever. Ah! Why are they not calming down? What have I done to deserve this? I think it's actually over. I think that was the last one. The all-knowing rocks beat it up and humbled it a little bit. There we go. Reform the ideology, he said. Reform the ideology. That'll be fine. It turns out nature has turned on us. Nope, I'm not falling for that again. A bush sniper named Sam is crashing in a transport pod nearby. Hello. Sam Haxton, parasitic infection, it says it right there. I'm not falling for your bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm not. What if we kill her before the... But it would anger their faction, wouldn't it? But... I think it will make perfect sense. Ongus has no concept of politics. All he knows is the last person he saved that fell from space with the same look in their eye ended up almost killing his wife and child. I think, Ongus, we just finished the job. It's a cool story element that I'm happy to deal with later on. Boom. Get out of here. Okay, that's one less parasite to deal with. Whoa, so it's headed there all along. Even though it says on the Steam page that you need xenobiotic research. Thank you, rocks, for defending us. You absolutely deserve to use up all this medicine. Now look, all the other rocks want to hang out with us. It's like we've earned their respect. Ah. So what can we do to reform the ideology? We've already got 2 points. We need 6 in total. Convert somebody, jubilee of family, tribal fair, conversion ritual, public execution, or leader speech. Fine, that's okay. So if we do a role change and we make Ungus the leader of the tribe, I think that's good. Disaster, do not burst into horrifying worms. Offer thoughts on decision-making under stress. You know what? I think you've absolutely earned that today. Well done. Well, in theory, they were supposed to have a leader speech, but Ungus was asleep. That's so appropriate. That's so good. You have enough development points to reform. Think strong. We also have a growth month for disaster. Now, lots of people said I should have gone for medical yesterday instead of melee because, of course, Chuck is a medical expert. Kind of hoping we could pick things that are appropriate like that. Double passion in melee, because, of course, she is still Ungus's daughter, after all. A passion in cooking I like, because that's what she's been watching Chuck do a lot of, or at least she did, until I got rid of the stove. And then plants, too, I think would make sense. Lead belly, deep sleeper, spiritual. Oh. Whoa, that's cool. An unshakable will and body capable of withstanding any test. She works a bit slower. She learns a little slower. She doesn't lose any certainty in the ideology. Mental break threshold is down, too. Neat freak, good constitution. Actually could also make a lot of sense given that she survived the worm bite. And she also fist fought the worm immediately when it came out of her. So I actually think that was the best. Or at least the most appropriate for a character. Let's go for that. I'm alright with it. Great news, I just spent 20 minutes reforming the ideology, only to be told we didn't have enough points. So we need 11 points before we can really do anything substantial. If we want to change the structure, sure, we can do that, but that... Oh, no, we can't even do that, actually. That's 7 out of 6. Why? It's very illegal of you. It's very cruel. Oh my god, we could have a dance party. Oh, but we don't have a light bulb or loudspeakers or anything. Why don't we wait until we've recruited Ignat? And then, oh, which, actually, speaking of which... Hey, there we go, right on cue. Thank you, Chuck. Ignat has finally decided that this is the life for him. Ungus, give you new name. Oh, shit, what happened? Disaster. The worm. The bloody worm has hatched. Ungus, name you Loopy. Ungus has many names in his head that he's going to rename people after. You know, like Ungus does most series. Hold on. Where's the rocks? Where's the rocks? Because that actually worked last time. What do you mean rescue the rocks? Is it not okay? It's fine, but I wonder if you can't mount it because it's injured. Animal in poor condition. Oh, we'll help you, Rocks. I'm so sorry. Can we finally open the door and kill the worm without getting another infection? Because I feel like poor sweet Disaster's been in the Thunderdome a little bit, huh? Okay, careful. Just kill the worm. Kill the worm. Yes! Oh my god, it's over. Oh. Fucking hell, what a mess. What a goddamn mess. Oh, you're too old for the crib now. Right, fine. Let's quickly slap me down. Actually, get attended fast. Oh, shit. A little bit of good thinking from Ungus. Locking her in a separate room, opening the door, immediately following up with the spear. You've saved the colony. And you know, we've got to give a round of applause to Disaster there, who that must have happened twice then while she was locked away. 6? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she had 3 hatched from her. Obviously, she fist fought the first one, got infected again. She must have done it with the second one. And then, obviously, that one Ungus is just dealt with. If you don't mind, I'd really love some meals in the colony. Basic cooking. Basic cooking, but we haven't got anywhere to cook at. I think we just slap down the campfire, and maybe that'll be medieval research for a stove, right? That's going to be much further down the line than we're realistically gonna get anytime soon. Gert Bungus, hello. Gert hasn't still done anything that I think would earn them a different name. So I guess you're stuck with Gert for now. We can get you a passion in animals, but I mean, what on earth am I going to do with that? Gifted gives +4 to everything. Holy shit, Gert. Wow, okay, maybe we found Gert's name after all. Gifted gives +4 to everything. That with an animal passion means you actually might start being able to handle the rocks. We're going to have Genius Gert. And finally, Boozax became an adult at the age of 13, now capable of smithing, researching, fabrication, machining, most of which are relevant. And the only trait we can give you is high bandwidth. But you naturally have 20. Oh my god. Learning level of 13. Great crafting gene gives +8. Holy shit. So the second Boozax can walk. We can craft everything we could ever want. And I think at this point we very much need some actual proper houses, don't we? I'm alright with Ungus, Chuck, Disaster, and Gert all kind of sleeping in roughly the same building. Loopy, though. Loopy, you get to go somewhere else. We're going to build you a different building. What was that? Were you just hit by lightning? I think our weavers were just hit by lightning. Have we angered the gods? Maybe this is a sign. Maybe it's a message that we shouldn't keep them penned up like this. The lightning bolt just hit and killed 2 of them instantly. Oh, stone cutting. If ever there's a good excuse to start actually building a base here, this could absolutely be it. This seems like it could be it. This could be the first kind of big breakthrough. Oh, I see. It's all locked behind primitive research table. Oh my god, are we already gonna move on from the research spot? I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for this. Oh, and look at that. There it is. Primitive research table. Well, let's crack out stone cutting quickly, even though we can do that with Adobe Brick. We'll finish stone cutting, and then maybe that's a justification for building a nice stone table to do a little research. Goodbye, thinking spot. Already gone so soon. Finally, Ungus Bungus has figured out that you can use rock to build things. Thank you, Ungus. Edo buildings, hay weaving. No, I don't need this. I don't need this evil in my life. Fey craftables. Whoa. I think this is the type of thing you'd research if we had a Fey or a Sartor or a Fawn or whatever in our colony. That might make a lot of sense. Tallow, though. Tallow could work. And now it's finally time to move on, isn't it? Sorry, Ungus. Well, I'm going to cut the research short, my friend, because you figured it out. You figured that we can use rock to think good. Horrible. Oh, the all-knowing rocks is here. It's here to come and oversee the development of the colony. Thank you. Sorry, is the all-knowing rocks the new Ohm? I feel like it's kind of put itself in that role, hasn't it? This was also a fun family activity for Chuck and Ungus, so I'm going to move the door somewhere else so that they can still research together. You know what they say, a couple who research together stay together. And I mean, look at all these things we could build now that we have the idea of stone cutting. We can throw down a primitive tailoring table, which hopefully is a faster way to get some hay cloth. Herbalist and spirit making table. Oh, cool. Man, there is not going to be enough room in here, is there? What do you mean Buzak's no longer capable of walking? My man just stood back up. Hello? Were you, like, totally fine? Whoa, you can't just, like, tend that. Well, I mean, obviously you can tend paralytic aphasia, but not, like, tend it and cure it outright. Every day the disease has a 1% chance of resolving on its own. I totally forgot about that. Oh, shit. And you just happened to stand back up? Well, I mean, to be fair, it was almost over, which is very annoying because you missed your entire education. But hey, I'll take it. Boozax, hello. Wow, you are a hell of a fella, huh? Strong construction, strong mining, great crafting. Obviously, the great crafting is absolutely nuts. This guy might be our secret weapon. Look at this. I mean, welcome aboard. Ungus probably respects Boozax. Good strength, good muscle. Much like Ungus himself. I was about to say, is Loopy a different ideology? But no, you're think strong. Boozax, though, is a different ideology. Chuck, come up here. Let's see if we can get you converted. Let's say 420. Did you see that? Of course it would be. We have faster conversions, of course, because everybody ages. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Everybody ages 18 times faster. And if you're going to try and convert somebody at regular Rimworld speed, you're going to be here forever. Or more specifically, they'll be there forever, and then they'll die of old age before you converted them over. Oh, thank you, Loopy. I mean, you are a cat person, so the digging spot kind of makes sense. We need a lot more flint for powering everything, annoyingly. So let's get you mining then, Boozax. Oh, you're not even that good at mining. I'm a space racist. I'm sorry, Boozax. I'm sorry for the things I've said. Why aren't you mining, though? Get out there. I'm starting to mining. What the hell are you talking about? That's not Boozax. Oh, God, he's even worse at mining. Oh, shit. And we can't use it because we don't have the technology. We need military maces. All right, never mind. Sorry, we've converted you to our way of life, and now you've totally forgotten how to even hold it in your hand. Disaster became an adult. What are you talking about? Disaster Bungus has reached the biological age of 13. Disaster the Gooseborn, huh? A little optimistic about the coming months, she has shown a little personal growth. But to be fair, she was locked in a cupboard for, I mean, from her perspective, years, because she was filled with horrible, bitey worms. She has a strange fear that by drawing pictures of psychic beings with terrible powers, she will end up eating without a table. That is terrible. Resilient. I think resilient suits her, because she has been very resilient, even though maybe temperature tolerant might be a bit more useful when it's so hot. I'm alright with that. No. Chuck is pregnant again. Chuck Bungus. Holy shit. First trimester. And funnily enough, father is, in fact, Ungus Bungus. Sensible, clever Gert. Oh my god, because you've actually got the animal handling skills to be able to ride the all-knowing rocks. Ah, gifted Gert. Gert, I think we need to really... We need to get some education going for you before you become too old. Neolithic desk. Oh, you legend. And that's what we need, just do a little bit of basic learning, right? Yeah, simple learning. There it is right there. And to think, I'd already ticked off use rock to think good because we built the primitive research bench out of bricks. No. Put that back on the menu. Baby girl, I'm so sorry. We might have let disaster down, not that we really had a choice in that matter. My friend, you will go to the ball. I'm gonna make this happen. No! Rotfish. Hello. Oh my god, 4 rotfish, in fact. On the plus side, we've got a pretty solid fighting force now. I've been organizing the dirty holes, so this one's got all of our weapons in it and all the stuff that we've picked up. Not that we can use half of them, right? So we haven't got the research. We've got just general kind of crap in there and resources, and now I'm looking over here for reasons I don't really understand. Thanks for that game. It's not like I was, you know, trying to find something for us. We can use the walking stick for sure. I think those required, like, metallurgy, right? To loot? I'm not sure. Anyway, disaster, come grab... Wait, where's terrorism? Terror... You've lost the bloody boomerang. Wait, terror... Oh, shit. Oh, my God, has the boomerang been destroyed? The shark? Okay, that's your hammer, though. Terrorism. It's okay. Chuck's got it. Chuck. Give that back. Oh, Boozax. Oh, good God. Okay, Ungus, get in there. Get in there, Ungus. Gert. Oh, you're riding on a ball, though. Let's bring you lot together so that you can actually defend one another. Boozax is going to come from behind with a block of wood. Go. Nice. Good work. Oh my god, they are stinky, aren't they? Wow, I see what they call you, stench. Ungus wouldn't know not to breathe that in. It's probably kind of horrible. Oh shit, Gert. Oh my god, Gert. They've chopped your leg clean off. Loopy, get in there. Oh, well, this is a disaster. I mean, that's a disaster. This is also a disaster. Hey, melee, search, and destroy. Everyone else stand your ground. Oh, this is horrible. There's so much stink everywhere. We weren't prepared for this. Imaginary great bow. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell do you mean, imaginary great bow? From the fucking mime mod. Are you joking? That's mind bullets. God. Gert, thank you. We've knocked 2 down. They're not surrendering, though. We've got to take out the whole crew. Ungus, get in there. Let's go finish the job. Oh, now they're off. Thank God. Okay, everybody back off. Surely they'll have realized that this stink is, yeah, horrific. Get out of there. As far as I'm concerned, that's a free lesson. That's an education on the dangers of rot stink. Maybe now they'll stop. Because, look, he can see. He can see that the stinky gas is clearly not very healthy. They never breathed it in before, but now they're going to know. Hello. Gennady Monty, how good are you? 12 construction, double passion. I could do something with that. Anan has 7 intellectual double passion, is also pretty good. Is Ungus going to take any of these people prisoner? Last time we brought somebody indoors, horrible, very hungry worms erupted from them. Ungus got that wrinkly brain now, ever since we built the thinking slab. Not much of a step up, I suppose. We'll just put a sleeping spot in there. Oh, sleeping spot's a base game. We don't have any sleeping spots, do we? Sleeping spot. Nope, they're base game. Oh, hang on. Oh, we've got some. We're all fine. Don't panic. For prisoners, we know last time we took someone prisoner, they blew up into worms. This time we're not going to be so silly. Melee 7, melee 6. I think we take stench. They look the most fearsome because they've got that mask on, and I think that would also be a very good reason why Ungus would try and take them prisoner. Ooh, hello. A fan club that we can actually use. Oh, cool. Wow, they really do just stink the place up, huh? Leave behind rotten meat? Part of rotten meat will continue to release rotten gas if eaten will cause serious food poisoning. Oh, good. Okay. Well, we've learned a valuable lesson here, even if we've got nothing else. Let's throw them in the other side of the pond. Great plan. Like I said, baby steps. We're not exactly going to start cremating them, but I think this is, I think this is at least a step in the right direction. Gifted Gert, you will make up for the disaster that was disaster. Intellectual and medical? That would be kind of fun. Skilled medic is so good, because then you've got Disaster, who, much like Ungus, Ungus isn't an idiot, he just didn't have any opportunities. Disaster, same story, had to be locked in a cupboard for a few months while we had the worm situation. Gert, though, naturally gifted, big brain, and skilled medic works perfectly for that. And it obviously ties into intellectual medical. I think following in her mother's footsteps, it's perfect. Oh, we got to pick 3 passions. Sorry, my bad. Well, maybe the Ungus apple doesn't fall far from the bungus tree. Okay, I'm happy with it. That's pretty cool. I think Boozax is a super interesting story beat because they've come from a culture that values crafting, naturally very, very high skilled, even as a child. Grew up very thankful to these people who rescued them. Maybe isn't even interesting going home because what, we got Boozax when they were 7? This is their home now. They've been here, even though we were just taking care of them while they were on the floor. They've been here longer than anywhere else, but they've got those skills. So this might be the perfect character to really start introducing some crafting reforms. Giving everybody a full set of gear, for example, might not be a bad idea. But I suppose the question is, what exactly can we make? We've got access to hay cloth, which is fine. Right, okay, so none of the leather stuff we can do, but any of the cloth-based, absolutely we can. I think Boozax would be eager to show them what he can do. I think we just say one of everything, even if we don't need one of everything. Even if, you know, that's not relevant. We won't say count-equipped or anything, just go butt wild. Is it wasteful? Not really. I mean, ultimately, we got 6 people to clothe, and 2 of them are butt naked. So honestly, this might not even be enough clothing. And then this is cool. We can say salvage apparel. Any unknown stuff, any stuff that we don't understand, isn't culturally relevant, like big old knight armor, or maybe one day we get some ultra tech stuff. I don't know. Someone turns up, they get down for whatever reason. We don't want it, so let's just get it all recycled. And you know what? I think let's build him a little house off of the crafting room, because he's going to have demonstrated how skilled he is, or what skills he's brought with him anyway to Ungus, and I think Ungus would say, yeah, take it. Honestly, have a building. Oh, shit, that was fast. Hey, there you go. Chuck converted stench to our own ideology. Is there any downside to bringing stench on? Like, you're not just going to run gas stimulation. They have an airbag that allows them to release a mixture of rotting gas and blinding gas to give themselves extra protection. Oh, cool. So they don't, like, naturally just emanate that? Like, this isn't going to be a problem for us. What is that one? Aesthetic bind? Maybe that's supposed to be aesthetic blind, because characters of this gene are unable to understand the differences between beauty and ugliness, which causes them to ignore the state of the environment and appearance of other people. Oh, it's your average Rim trying to build a base. I see. Oh my god, it's finally happened. We learn from stone bench so that we can learn from a different stone bench. Amazing. Use rock to think good. I'm ticking it off a little preemptively, I will admit, because we still got to actually put one down. That must count as children learning, right? Where else would it be? I figured it out because I was about to say enormous brain. Speaking of enormous, look at the size of that blackboard. Oh my god. Neolithic school desk, and then there's, what does a Neolithic school desk do? Adults can teach lessons to children. Oh, it's the same as a regular desk. Oh, that's pretty good. And then obviously the Neolithic desk is where anybody can learn. I'm not sure why that is so enormous, but that's a cool aesthetic, so I can't really be angry at it. Let's throw down our chairs. I guess we'll stick with our stumps for the time being. This, you legend, you've actually done it. A school by the riverside. That's quite nice. So now we can say train animals do forever and then limit it with skill so they don't actually do it forever. And then we get little Gert to work on that. Now this is going to be super slow because of course it's a Neolithic, right? But what I'm hoping is between your passion and not actually having anything else to do, it'll probably work fine. Let's set you to higher learning priority then, Gert. Ooh, hello. Oh, this is good. 62% global work speed there. Hey, fair enough. I'll take it. The only thing we weren't able to do was to reform the ideology. Sure, we could do it right now, but it wouldn't be as impactful if we waited just a little bit longer, if we got a few more of those points. So first thing tomorrow, I think we open up and we do a Jubilee of Family or something like that, or a leader speech, whatever can give us a couple more points. And I'll take whatever is suggested down in the comments as stuff to add to the ideology. I think I made a good case for... Oh, did I have to edit that out? Probably. Animal personhood, I think, might be the right way to go for it, especially given how impactful my good, all-knowing Rock's friend has been. I hate to say it, maybe a little xenophobia, maybe something like that, maybe isolationist, given that they accepted a person and almost Chuck and Disaster were horribly murdered by worms. What I do know is I'm always open to being convinced, so make a very passionate statement and maybe I'll believe you. Thank you for joining me. I hope these last couple of episodes have been relatively okay and relatively seamless. We've had family stopping with us for the past 3 days. Before that, we had friends here for a birthday party, so it was a total nightmare. I've tried to keep things as smooth going as possible. Hopefully, it's still been up to a decent standard, but now I can kind of put all my focus back into a little Rim. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, as always, to the executive producer patrons, without which none of this would exist. Smack You, Gazoos, Vox Dei, Mighty Couscous, Johnny Wood, Pepsfinch, Sun Runner, 37, Tapscott, Mask of Loki, Immense Orb, Seabark Train, Fence, Kindlu, Kreftir, Dracovia, Potato, Plasma Wolf, Griff, Dr. Simba, Squinty Chimera, Verta _ Aromatic Fool, Duck Muck 88, Luna, Noah, and Deadly Black Belt for today's very fancy executive producers, thank you. If you were a fungal weevil, I sure would lock you in a pen to do absolutely nothing beneficial. Thank you as well to Jelly Jiggler, DQ, Pinky R-Man, Rave Pirate, Kreia, Metbar, Pooza McPoosington, Danny Torno, Mads Dingo, Rubber Robbie, Manny, MW Shadowblade, Leviathan, Red Nebula, Sandy, who is Flabber, Wabber, Babber, Jabber, Noongar, Linus L, Tia, and Arsene d'Argent. Thank you. See you tomorrow for more Ungus Bungus.